How do you deal with haters in your life, right? Sometimes haters can be debilitating. Sometimes they can just throw you off your vibe, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes haters can make it feel like you're doing the wrong thing if you are ambitious, you're chasing your goals, you're chasing success. And how do you deal with it, especially when it's people close to you? This video is sponsored by none other than Lead Heroes, you guys. Lead Heroes has got you covered when it comes to telemarketed leads and virtual staffing. On the lead side, whether it be Medicare supplement leads, final expense leads, turning 65 leads, they just got something for everybody. They can also actually have you plug in with one of their virtual staff members on the staffing side to where you can pay by the hour for one of their trained and very well vetted staff members to help you out in your business in a virtual assistant format. Just because you watch this video, they're going to give you 10% off any order you make on their website. Link to the site can be found down in the description, so go ahead and check them out. Stop me if you've heard this one before. You'll never be hated on by somebody that's doing more than you, right? And I believe that. In life, my friends, there is never a situation where you can accomplish big things and do big things with your life and you will not receive haters and hate along the way. And sometimes it comes from the least likely source or the least expected source from you. Sometimes it comes from people that you thought cared about you. Sometimes it comes from people that are family members, good friends, people that you really thought would enjoy to see you do well. Might be your parents, might be your siblings, might be your childhood friends. It could be anybody in between. I want to talk about in this video why it happens, where it comes from, the psychology of it, and what you're supposed to actually do to combat it. Let's start off with exactly where it comes from. This took me a lot of years to actually learn. And especially in the last 3 years, my career has blossomed into new heights that I never believed would ever be possible. And I received a lot of hate for a long time, right? But I received hate because I was doing well, I was making good money, I was being successful in my career, I was making a six-figure income, and but I wasn't really very well known. I kind of was, operating behind the scenes, behind the shadows. Nobody really knew who Christian Brindle was on a large scale, right? But people that hate on you primarily, they are threatened by your success. Let me explain what I mean by that. Your success is a constant reminder to them of their lack of success, their lack of drive, their lack of ambition. And when they compare what you're doing with your life to what they're doing with theirs, if you're really starting to make waves and you're really starting to break through and really starting to figure things out, and you're on a positive trajectory, right? It makes them feel threatened. It has more to do with them than it does with you. It says a lot about them, right? They have inner insecurity about what they're doing, and when they see you kind of going up and they're just staying here, right? They see you moving up, their first reaction is they want to do everything they can to grab you and pull you back down because it makes them feel better about themselves. This is what it took me a long time to learn in my life. And this is where this comes from. It comes from a place of insecurity. It comes from a place of inferiority, and it comes from a place of them being you doing what you're doing is threatening them in some way, or it's threatening their way of life, right? Because it's confronting them with the idea that, hey, I'm not doing anything with my life. I'm not doing anything in my life compared to what little Johnny's doing, right? And this is where it comes from. This is what I've learned. And like I said at the beginning of this video, it can come from family members. It can come from close friends. It's going to come from the places that you never expected it, right? I've had people that were childhood friends of mine, and I would be doing extremely well, right? I would double my income in a year, right? Or double my company's revenue in a year. And they'd be like, they'd say things like, well, money isn't everything. Money doesn't buy happiness. You only live once, YOLO. I don't ever see you at the club anymore. I don't ever see you at this party anymore. Or you got to live, or whatever the case might be, or I don't care about that stuff. I want to be happy. I want to be happy. As if being successful takes away from you being happy, right? A lot of people that are driven, that are ambitious, being successful and meeting their goals and breaking through barriers gives them a feeling of purpose, a feeling of accomplishment, and it makes them happy. Have you ever noticed the people that always say, I just want to be happy, are usually some of the least successful people in life? Have you ever noticed that before? Because I have. I certainly have. And this is something that you're going to get, right? So in my opinion, I believe that there are a couple of ways that you can kind of deal with this and combat this in your life. I used to try to argue with people and try to sway them over to my side, right? And what I learned is that just creates resentment, creates arguments, makes you pissed off, makes them pissed off, and it goes absolutely nowhere. It is no good for anybody involved, you involved in that. And so one thing I learned about that is the best thing I think you can do is just be quiet, right? Be quiet and just be like, in one ear, out the other. But pay attention to what they say as little as possible. Give it no attention. Give it no mind. In one ear and out the other, like I said. Because you don't have to convince them. If you are a driven individual, if you have ambitions, if you have big goals, here's the truth, right? Here's a life lesson I'm going to share with you guys right now. You are the weird one. You are the one that's different. Most people are like your friend or family member that's trying to drag you down or get you to abandon your large ambitions, right? You're the weird one. There's less people like you than there are like them. There's way more of them walking around than you. You're the weird one. And you're fighting a losing battle if you're trying to convince the whole world one argument at a time that you're right. You're never going to convince them. So just pay it no mind. If it actually gets bad enough and it's affecting you, right, and it's pissing you off and it's giving you a negative connotation, maybe that person doesn't belong in your life anymore. I have a very, very close and tight inner circle, right? I don't let anybody into my inner circle, and I don't care who it is. Family members, childhood friends, if they are dampering my mood on a consistent basis, right? And they're just talking about stupid shit, right? They're dramatic. They have no goals in life. They have no purpose, right? They have no plan for their life. I don't like being around those people. It bums me out, right? And if it gets bad enough, I will limit my time where I see them, or I'll just completely cut them out of my life. And some people might find that to be cold, but I believe in the law of association. The 5 people you spend the most time around, you're going to become the average of those 5 people. So anybody you let into your 5, right? You could have 4 amazing people. You could have 4 incredibly motivated people, and you have a 5th person that's just a downer, a damper, and the complete opposite of what you want to be. Well, that's going to pull you back down. It's not going to help you one bit. It's actually going to hurt you. And this is something that took me a long time to learn, right? Love people for who they are. Don't try to change them. Don't try to convince them of your ways, right? They're not going to understand, and they don't need to understand. Why does everyone need to understand your purpose, right? Why do they need to understand? What matters is that your spouse, your significant other understands, your kids understand, maybe your business partners understand, but nobody else, right? And this is something that took me a long time to learn, right? You're not going to convince everybody. Just put your head down, work, and someday people are going to be telling people that they knew you growing up, right? They're not going to hate on your success anymore. They're going to brag to everybody about how they know you or how they used to know you, because that's just the way that it is, right? People hate on the journey up, and then they brag about you once you're there. They're like, "Oh, I know so-and-so," right? Don't let people hating on your dreams waver from what you're trying to do. Stay strong, and hear me when I say this, because I've received as much hate in my life as anybody you can possibly think of. Family members, close friends. I keep a very, very tight inner circle. There's a lot of people I know. There's a lot of people I have relationships with, but there's very few people that are close to me because I need to protect up here at all times. Anyway, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you dealt with these challenges in your life and your career? Have you ran into people hating on you? I'd love to kind of hear about your stories and your experiences. Drop a comment down in the comment section so I can read them. Make sure to hit the like button if you like this video. The only way I'm going to know if you like the video is if you smash the like button, because your like of the video gets translated through actually showing that you liked the video by liking the video, right? Hit the notification bell after you hit the subscribe button, that is. Join the notification squad so you're notified when we upload. And until next time, guys, stay strong, stay focused, stay tunnel vision. It will pay off. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Here's to your success and your abundance. Thanks, guys.